We often give too much we no longer have enough for ourselves than we feel that they overused us. So what the heck do we in order to restore some power and find equilibrium, connection with others strongly? In this video, we're going to explore 9 foundational ideas from Stoicism that can provide you some much-needed direction in life, and they serve as guides through your relationships. Since this is going to be an eye-opener, before we begin, let's make sure you hit the bell icon and subscribe on our channel. That way you will never miss one of our excursions into wisdom and personal growth. Lessons to be learned without further ado, the precious lessons right away. 1. Don't reshape your life to fit others' expectations. Would you complete a puzzle with all the wrong pieces? It makes no sense and is equally frustrating. This is what occurs when you try to be something that others want of you. Seneca was right. After all, everywhere is nowhere. You get lost by trying to be all things for everyone. You cannot just go and hide like a chameleon. It is time to come out from your shell, shine the brightest star of night sky. Love yourself and all the uniquely perfect, only your things. No one else gets to paint anything on that canvas but you. That is your story to tell, therefore, let your light shine and color the world with your true colors of life. Let no one tell you how to live your life. Own your shit. Walk the road less traveled and wear that uniqueness like a crown. The thing is, as much you might want to meet everybody's expectations, that's just simply going to be an impossible way of thinking. You cannot cater to everyone, and trying will only have you become someone else. Instead, hone in on your own goals, values, and passions. Be steadfast in what you believe and let your actions embody who you really are. You are not the blank canvas upon which others place their brushstrokes. We paint our own lives. Also, trying to follow the expectation of others can lead you regret with excess opportunities. They may cause you to follow a path of making the wrong career choices and living lifestyles or relationships that are based on what is expected from other people than upon your happiness. To avoid this, stop for a minute and think about what really matters to you. What are your hopes? What brings you joy and fulfillment? Once you identify these, make a conscious effort to align your actions with your inner desires. In relationships, this principle is especially important. It may be so tempting to fall into the trap of conforming yourself, fitting perfectly, or as much as you can, with your partner's ideal. Nevertheless, for a regular relationship, it ought to be mutual respect with an individual agreement, the perfect kind of connection. It should acquire that both partners push each other to be honest. When you are authentic, you will wind up with self-respect, and the other people are going to have respect for you, even if they do not agree. 2. Don't ruin your life by being too obsessed with someone. Your life should not be going around someone else in circles like a satellite travel around a planet. When you live your life conditional to someone else, there is no room for your goals and dreams. Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength when we lose ourselves. It is not overly difficult to get caught up in someone else. Overexerting and trying too hard removes one from balance. At the end of a day that only has 24 hours on an already tipping plane. Instead of idealizing your own wishes, you continue to cater for the aspirations and wants they have, leaving aside what you needed all along. Break free from this hold and stop being a mere satellite to their planet. Your life is more than a supporting role in another story. You are the protagonist, the hero of your epic quest. It is very easy to forget yourself sometime in serious relationship and high-level emotion, but it is necessary to preserve a touch of individuality and personal worth. You should never feel like your entire life is wrapped up in another individual. A balanced partnership facilitates the dreaming and ambition of both parties, rooting equally for each other from the sidelines. In addition, it is crucial to understand when an obsession becomes unhealthy. Are you overly obsessed with this person? It affects your mental well-being. Are you the type of person who is willing to put your own happiness and well-being aside just because that pleases another? If there is, you need to evaluate your priorities and make changes. Creating a strong self-worth is key to it in relationships. When you know your worth, you draw lines for yourself and express clearly what it is that makes you happy. If you do it, not only will others respect you more, but your real partners, the ones for whom this sequence resonates with them. Also, spend time on your own hobbies and interests. Do things that make you happy and feel alive. Because not only does that make you a more interesting and well-rounded person, but is all part of life. Because remember, you are the main character in your life story, and it is down to you on if it's one that fulfilled wants judging. 3. Don't let anything harm your mental health or happiness. Putting someone else's happiness above your own mental health is giving away their flashlight in the darkness that will leave you stumbling blind. So if you stop taking care of yourself to take care of another, what else is losing out on the chance for control and happiness? In the end, you simply burn out instead of finding happiness and belong in a rut trying to make their lives good, but never yours. You need to step back and own your life again. It is not worth throwing away or trading your mental health and happiness. Instead of living in someone else's narrative, own the stage and make your storyline a screenplay. Fear strength in guarding yourself from the reach of others. Protect your peace and joy at any cost. You need to step back and own your life again. It is not worth throwing away or trading your mental health and happiness. Instead of living in someone else's narrative, own the stage and make your storyline a screenplay. Fear strength in guarding yourself from the reach of others. Protect your peace and joy at any cost. Of course, setting limits and outlining your needs is just as critical. If you have to say no, do it. Looking out for your mental health means knowing when you are on the edge of no return and doing something to bring yourself back. Maybe this means practicing self-care. Maybe it requires professional intervention or simply walking away from the relationship. Your cup has to be full in order for you to give from it. You must put yourself first to show up and be with the people in your life. Is it about you doing what is best for yourself? In addition, keeping mentally healthy requires self-reflection and self-care. Participate in things that unwind and re-energize you. This can be meditation and bodywork, or time in nature or creative expression. In doing so, you establish a solid base for living your best life and forming strong relationships. 4. Don't push friends or family away for someone else. Severing ties with all your friends, family, etc. Just because you are so deeply a part of someone is like cutting off parts of the tree that supports and holds you up. Each friend, each family ... that has been there to save you. If you start pushing them away, not only are you losing your friends, but also the backbone support system that has forever been there for you. Plato said, people are like dirt. They either help you and nourish your growth as a person or cause you to wither away into disillusionment. But as soon as you begin to isolate yourself from your loved ones for approval of someone else, you have got the hardest and more lonely road ahead. Exercise some agency and reignite those essential connections you have in your life. Feed that support. A network that are often irreplaceable, the people who lift you up and serve as your foundation. Nurture the loyal friends who have been there with you through thick and thin. Keep in touch with those close connections. This human bond is important for your emotional wellness and your backbone. It is quite usual for us to want to be with our partners more than we are without them. But when your measures crosses its limit, does it mean you are ignoring other important people in life? Whether it is the companionship, support, or view friends and family will help your journey through life. In addition, these bonds with friends and family can save you from being excessively dependent on a partner. This allows you to have a backup support system and ask advice, help, or just for someone else than your loved person snoring next. Spend time interacting with friends and family on a regular basis. Share and let them know how much you care, even though everyone is so very far away. This builds your relationships as well. It also gives a feeling of being at home and community. Your family has seen you in ups and downs to this stage of your life. They are going to be there for a happy time all along. 5. Don't invest too much time in them. Not worth it. Pouring your time into someone else's bottomless well of need is like throwing one of the best things you have to offer off a cliff. Every moment you give to them is a moment of your life lost forever. Your time is your most valuable possession. It is not abundant and should never be used as a token in the endless demands of others. Seneca accurately said, we are not given a short life, but we make it short. And we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. You're giving up the brightest every moment of your life by allowing someone else to take away all your time. Your time is yours and you should take it all back. But don't let them take over your entire life. Seek equilibrium and invest your time thoughtfully. Cherish it and allocate it to endeavors that ignite your passion, foster growth, and bring you fulfillment. Remember, you wield authority over your own time. Stop wasting it on someone who may not care about what it means. It is so easy to lose yourself. With all of the requests and demands that will be made upon you in life, we often forget ourselves. But keep in mind, your time is limited and it's valuable. Be intentional in how you apportion your time to both grow the relationships that matter while also working on projects and have a life. Opt for engagements that make you happy and content. No matter if it is a hobby, time with loved ones, or working towards your career goals, make sure to give as much priority for those things that are important. Of course, this also helps you keep your self-worth and humanity crucial for not falling into "I am this work," aka workaholic. Not only that, setting boundaries to your time is essential. It is okay to say no when someone expects too much of your time. Express your needs in a clear and assertive way that seeks plenty of time for yourself and things you love to do. Time is a non-renewable resource always kept in its self-cycle. Be smart with it and make sure the kind of life you're living reflects in your values as well as vision. That means you are not only alive, but you're truly living and thriving. 6. Don't reveal everything about your past, especially the tough times. Unpacking all the dirty laundry of your past is like opening a map to where it hurts most. Your history, especially your ugly bits, is a sacred thing and should not be laid out on the dining room table for everyone else to chew up or spit back in your direction. These experiences have shaped you, and sharing them indiscriminately can leave you feeling exposed and unguarded. Instead of opening up all your secrets, hold them close and protect the core elements of your narrative. Only share what is necessary, safeguarding the most intimate aspects of your journey. By doing so, you maintain your integrity and control over your personal history. All those trials added up and made you stronger. Treasure these lessons and allow them to return the energy back you wasted on judging or being manipulated by others. It is your story to tell when and where you see fit. You need to remember that not everyone deserves to know all about your skeletons in the closet. Oversharing up front can quickly lead to being manipulated and judged. Instead, take your time to build trust and assess whether someone is worthy of knowing your past. Moreover, talking about our past too much sometimes brings unnecessary twists in relationships. Your past may allow people to put you into a box, which can change how they choose or decide for your case. You manage your own narrative, and how your peers will look at you by being selective about when to share. Healthy relationships are all about the ever-elusive notion of finding a balance between openness and boundaries. Make sure that the person you are speaking to is deserving of your trust and tell him or her about your experiences in a slow, deliberate fashion. This not only saves you with your emotional well-being, but it also builds trust in the relationship. Never forget, your past is a part of who you are, but not all there is to you. Allow it to be a legacy of wisdom and strength, light enough for genuine souls who deeply cherish you. 7. Don't agree simply to satisfy them. Compromising is bending on things because we think it will please the other person. However, compromising myself to agree with borderline something I really do not like, or which does an opposite of what I know. Marcus Aurelius used to say, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." A life devoted to simply saying yes, without regard for any of your own desires in order to fall in line with the demands of others, only leads you down a path paved with stone-cold disappointment. Take back your time with the life-changing power of no. Life is about being true to yourself, not performing for the world. Do not allow fear of rejection or confrontation to drive you into doing things that put your own well-being at risk. You are absolutely entitled to making choices that fit with your perception of what you enjoy and believe in. It is not your job to please everyone. It's okay if you put yourself and what makes you happy first. You by establish your limits, tell no where is necessary, and then protect your integrity as you are steering the wheel towards living in congruence with who you truly. Finally, agreeing to too much can make you burn out and become resentful. Stop for a minute and try to understand. Is what you are trying your best? If not, you need to stand up and set limits right now, and only do the things that honor your own good. Let us not forget that you are the creator of your own happiness. Choose in line with your beliefs and dreams, not backing down from defending yourself. In doing so, you create a fulfilling and real life. Relationships have to be nurtured and based on mutual respect. Each of the couple should freely discuss his needs and desires with other without feeling any fear that there may be a strike against them in retaliation. When you are genuine and transparent with one another, all those things contribute to a healthy relationship. 8. Don't be controlled by the fear of solitude. Deciding out of fear is like walking through the dark without a torch to guide you. Aristotle, the wise old man, said it best. Inquiring about yourself is where all learning begins. Befriending solitude is a prerequisite for personal development and fulfillment. Or to establish real relationships, get intimate with yourself. As soon as you are okay being who you truly are, people begin to flock to you that come from a place of respect and admiration instead of fear of loneliness. Do not let your actions be ultimately dictated by fear, but rather guided in exploring who you are or might become as a soul, seeking an experience with peace and understanding. Weird how we see solitude as such a bad thing, but you know what it isn't, and spending our time navel-gazing offers us the perfect space to learn. Being happy with being by yourself, and knowing you can take care of things if necessary. This, in turn, makes you go into relationships with power and confidence rather than neediness or desperation. In addition, embracing loneliness will help you discover yourself better. You get clearer on what your values, goals, and desires are so that the way you choose to move in life or with another will feel more conscious of who you are. Spend your days doing the things that heal you and bring happiness into your world. It might be reading, meditating, investing time in a hobby, or spending some quiet moments. Then make sure to incorporate it into your life on the regular. Something that helps you create a solid, self-loving sphere inside of yourself. After all, you are perfect the way you are. Your relationship should add to your life, not make it. When you come from the place of truly enjoying being alone with yourself and discovering who you are, your life is not just better with someone but without them too. 9. Don't forget to celebrate even small wins. We see the whirlwind of life and forget that we have our own successes to accomplish, victories for ourselves. We should reward each little step, irrelevant of how small it is. As Epictetus said, never depend on the admiration of others. There is no strength in being admired by others if you do not respect yourself. Pause for a moment and allow yourself to celebrate your effort and wins. Every win, no matter how small or insignificant it seems by itself, is a vindication of all that we hold inside, our power and grit, if you will. It gives us a good feeling and breeds more motivation in us to fight for our cause. When our path is long, we often have trouble seeing how far we have come. That every win, big or small, finishing a project, getting through something you never thought you'd get past that day, merits celebration. They even give you a sense of self-acknowledgement, which in turn helps to get the positivity back. In addition, small wins keep you driven and bootstrapped to your goals. It serves as a reminder that you are getting somewhere even if it does feel long and hard. To the extent you recognize progress, that momentum and sense of achievement will keep on rolling. Don't forget, you are your biggest cheerleader. Stop looking for others to make you feel good about what you do. Being proud of what you have achieved, celebrating your journey, and remembering that each small step will help to move you forward. Third conclusion. As we close, I invite you to remember how powerful your decisions are and what a gift it is to choose truth. And to those you openly lie, like wisdom, courage, vigor, and temperance. The magic of these is what makes life worth living, far grander than a steady compliance to outside forces. You have the freedom to forge your own way and herald in what makes you unique by creating a story that is steeped in authenticity. If you do make them everyday habits, your relationships will be stronger and healthier because of it, while still honoring yourself. You are the creator of your story. Go on living a script that truly belongs to you. Take action now. Choose to rid yourself of these habits and hold yourself accountable. Try to be the best version of yourself despite what life throws at you. If this conversation resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe to our growing community for more insightful content, and leave a comment below sharing your favorite insights. Let us sustain the dialogue, a conversation we each can contribute to by staying as honest and authentic with ourselves, and doing so creating space for self-awareness development.